Welcome to Shift by Bacardi.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Ingram and I work at Elisa Wood-Fired Grill in Vancouver, British Columbia. Thanks again for tuning in and watching, and of course a big thank you to all of our friends at Bacardi who have kept us all behind a bar. Tonight we're going to turn the mood levels a little bit down and have a little nightcap together. I was inspired by this cocktail when I really wanted some kind of dessert, but I had nothing. No chocolates, no dried fruit, and nothing sweet in my fridge, in my pantry, anywhere. So I bring to you the Earl Grey Martini 2.0, the Bergamot-ley Crew. Now, of course, we do know the Earl Grey Martini made famous by Audrey Saunders. This is the 2.0 version. I don't want to say it's improved because it is perfect the way that it was before. However, this is my version. So we start with 1 separated egg white, 1.5 ounces of delicious Bombay. The vapor infusion that it takes will allow all those botanicals to stay pure and leave us with an exceptionally smooth and clean gin that is perfect for making cocktails with. Next, a 3/4 ounce of the Martini Riserva Ambrato. That'll give it some really nice oxidative notes, lengthen out the cocktail a little bit, of course, as well. La pièce de la résistance, we have a 3/4 ounce of Earl Grey and lavender tea syrup, 1 ounce of lemon. Last but certainly not least, 2 dashes of Bittered Sling Lem-Marrakech bitters. Inspired by the beautiful spice markets of Morocco, that should be a perfect pairing with the Bombay Sapphire Gin. Now, since we have used egg white in our cocktail, we are going to be dry shaking the cocktail first. However, I like to do my dry shake with a couple cubes of ice. This will help our cocktail stay cold, make sure that the egg white doesn't cook, and allow for a maximum amount of frothiness. More ice. I think the best part about bartending at home is that you can make a mess and it doesn't matter. And now for the hard shake. Perfect! Ooh. Perfect. And we will double strain just to make sure that we have no ice chips, eggshells, or tea leaves, anything that accidentally got left in our tin. Every drop counts, folks. Finally, a couple spritzes of dried lavender. That's gonna taste so good. Let's take a seat. We have our drink on. We are hanging out. The lights are turned down. It is time to have a nightcap. Cheers. I've definitely seen some crazy things behind the bar. I think one of the most memorable moments is watching someone's tooth fall out. My most favorite thing to do after a shift is walk home. Rain, shine, with the breeze and the cold air. It's so refreshing to have that really beautiful decompression. The coolest person that I have ever served was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All 6'6" of him with muscle, teeth, and smiles. I was so nervous because I'm just not cool when it comes to things like that. And after I took his drink order, I said, "All right, well, how would you like that, Mr. Rock?" And as soon as I said it, I realized exactly what I had said. And he just looked at me and he said, "On the rocks." I'm like, "Perfect, Mr. Rock, I'll get that right away." I was like, "No, stop!" I was like, "Stop talking!" It was medium plus embarrassing, to say the least. Some of my favorite guests that come into the restaurant are definitely ones that allow me to kind of curate their whole evening. I get a feel for what they like, what they don't like, allergies, dietary restrictions, and then they leave the rest to me. The most valuable lesson that I have learned from working behind the bar for 6 years now would be to always listen. You know, our guests are there to see us and hang out with us and make a connection. It's definitely a different vibe sitting at a bar than at a table. And those people who sit up at the bar want to have that kind of intimacy between them and you and create a friendship. I knew I wanted to be a bartender Probably later into my career, I had been serving for a while, working at pubs and restaurants, and it wasn't until I moved to Vancouver that I kind of got obsessed with cocktails and creations and people telling stories with their drinks. I was working at a cocktail bar in Vancouver, and I was watching these bartenders create cocktails for competitions. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. Like, and all of these flavors that came out of them and the stories behind each and every single individual ingredient, I was so impressed. And I thought to myself, cool, like this would be really cool, and to tell a story through flavors, ingredients, spirits. I mean, alcohol is so synonymous with history that if you love history and you're kind of a nerd like most of us are, you will fit in well. Well, thank you so much for tuning in again to enjoying a delicious nightcap with myself and our Bergamot-ley Crew. Thank you again to Bombay Sapphire Gin, our Bacardi crew, and thank you for tuning in to this Bacardi Shift.
Thank you so much to our friends at Bacardi for allowing me to tip out my entire bar team, Jan, Josh, James, Derek, Luke, Jerry Curl, and Kim. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.